I'm sorry. We live. See, this is how you eat a pineapple. You understand? The sweetness of it. You see, you ain't supposed to gut no pineapple. You're supposed to bite into it, man. That's good, fleshy sweetness from the pineapple. Good for your joints and knees, all that shit, yeah? Let's get this out the way, huh? Who was that dude that was eating a watermelon like that? That shit was comedy. Roger said, I received my reason today. Good. He is risen. We are fully back in the He is risen game. Herbs, man. Really good herbs, high quality herbs for the male libido. I went over the weekend and picked up these. Got 100 bottles. Only 100 bottles. Almost all of the gold dust is gone. I think I have about 10 more jars of the gold dust. All of these products were created. Petey Green. Yes, that was funny. All of these products, He is Risen, RZN, Russell, Zoe, and Nephew. That is the product. All of them are created by the master herbologist and detox specialist, Dr. Russell, I want to say is Harrison, Dr. Russell Harrison. And what you do is, in order to get into his detox programs, trust me, the detox programs are exceedingly necessary for your good health moving forward in 2023. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the share button. It's been 5 minutes and it's only 125 people in here. That ain't typical for this show. So I know that the motherfucking the bullshit is in when it comes to people not getting their notifications, when it comes to people not being notified. We got 72,000 subscribers, but only 125 people in here. That's absolutely asinine. And most people tell us we don't get notifications. We are subscribed, all of that. This is why you liking the video matters so much, because whatever we did in YouTube world, they're like, fuck you. We're not gonna let nobody know you're on. We're not gonna suggest your videos. We're not gonna do nothing. So it's kind of weird. So I need everybody to hit that like button and do not procrastinate. Back to Russell Herbs, RussellHerbals.com. That is the Detox Masters website. Trust me when I tell you, I did the detox 4 times last year. Changed my life. Changed my life. You stop wanting to eat the crap you used to eat. My son is in here right now. And my son's mother raised him eating all of the healthy, good stuff. And at this stage of the game, he hates it. But look, he young. At my stage of the game, I need it. And what in the Sam hell? Could have sworn I turned that off. Anyway, I need everybody to support this black-owned business, right? I need everybody to support RussellHerbals.com. I took the level 3 detox. It was amazing. And I took it 4 times last year. And I'm going to try to take it another 4 times this year. Somebody said YouTube is censoring more and more now. People are editing the cussing out of their videos to stay monetized. No, I totally get it. But this isn't even a monetization issue. This is people getting the notification. You're 100% right, True Monger. 100% right. But we got to find a way. It's 7 minutes in, and this is unacceptable for this channel and this show. But I will push forward. Russell Herbals, listen, brothers, if y'all want your He is Risen, the male libido pill. You know what libido is, don't you, boy? It's gasoline for your pipe.
Oh my God, I can't. It's the best way to phrase it.
It's pipe gasoline.
Pipe gasoline.
Trust me, these do not last long. If you want Russell Herbals and the He is Risen libido pill, if you want it, all you got to do is Cash App me $71 right now. It's actually $60 for the bottle and $11 for the shipping and handling, which equals $71. All right? So do that for us. And then once you Cash App me, which is at, what is it? $? Zowat Netter is the Cash App. $, Zowat Netter, Cash App right now. Let's sell out this whole bag. It's about 20 of them in here. I got 100 bottles of these. So let's sell out the whole bag during this show. $, Zowat Netter. Then email me, VOR106@gmail.com. VOR106@gmail.com. That's VOR106@gmail.com. What are you emailing me? You are emailing me your accurate mailing address. And you are doing it right after you send the Cash App. Why? Because it appears in my email with your Cash App and your email address. If you wait too long, somebody else will send theirs, and then it creates a whole cluster shuck in my email account. So, send the Cash App, then send the email. You can also, in the Cash App, type in your address, but do both. All right? These go exceedingly fast. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
These are the green pills. We done brought the green ones back. Hey. All right. So the green pills are back. Brothers, if you want to be ready tonight to take...
Dance tonight.
Baby, hold on to me.
Oh.
Boy, practice what you preach. Listen, if you want to be ready, we got the green pills back. He is risen. All you got to do is Cash App me, $, Zowat Netter. Of course, somebody said it's the first notification they've received in months. Yes. Yeah, it's the natural version of the Blue Chew, but it's natural, all natural. No headaches, no after side effects, none of that. This is the herbal, I don't want to say it. This is the herbal thing that you need to do to keep your situation popping. He is risen. Support, support, support. Again, $, Zowat Netter. Then email me your accurate mailing address. All righty then. Let's move quickly away from that. Total Package Energy. It's 2023. Total Package Energy, ever since COVID done got hit. Now the question is, are we going to make a concerted effort to lift this black-owned business up? Somebody say, yeah, so they're messing with your feed today, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is how you know they don't want certain things to be said or certain things to be put out there. They don't even give you a chance to do it. So everybody hit the like button who is in here. But let me just say this. We got to get Total Package Energy back up. They have a great energy shot. You know that. They got the B12, of course. That's for energy as well. And then they have the vitamin chicken, right? The vitamin chicken. All of this stuff has advanced neurotechnology. It's pharmaceutical strength. And all of the ingredients that they use, of course, is FDA regulated. Please continue to support this Black-owned business. You know who it is. It's Total Package Energy. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. TotalPackageEnergy.com. Also, I want you guys to support Bill Sauce.
Bill Sauce.
And the reason why I want you to support Bill Sauce because I finally got Bobby off my head, man. I had Bobby come over to the house yesterday. He had some fish. I gave him 2 bottles of Bill sauce. You understand me? I took care of Bobby yesterday, man. He was able to come by the crib for a second, have some fish and some Bill sauce.
I never been off of fish. I ain't never been off of no. See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Sarah.
I'm just saying.
So now, what did I do, Sarah?
I would like some fish too.
Sarah, you can come over to my house and have some fish. Oh. I didn't make the fish.
Oh, okay.
What in the Sam hell? No, I went and bought the fish. Now, Bobby came to the crib, was watching the basketball game. Bobby had his shoes off, stretched out on the couch. He was watching the game.
He gives me he's a shoes off person.
Well, no, that's the rule in my house. You got to take your shoes off.
Oh, okay.
That's just the rule. Ain't that the rule, Naeem? Yeah. My youngest son, Naeem, is in the building with me today, man. We sonning, father and sonning right now.
We're sonning.
We're sonning, right? Listen, man, I definitely want you guys to support Bill Sauce. This is a real product. Just like Total Package Energy, this is a for real deal product. BillSauce.com, Black-owned business. They're amazing. They are absolutely amazing. If you haven't tried it, do it now. All right? BillSauce.com. If it ain't Bill, it ain't real. Also, Shepherd's Sweets.
Shepherd's Sweets?
They already stealing their recipes. I was at the cigar lounge the other day, and it was like, oh, have you tried Whoop-de-Whoop's sweet potato cake? I said, well, nobody making no damn sweet potato cakes until this child started her business 3, 4, 5 years ago. Wasn't nobody doing it. 6, 7 years ago, however long I've been promoting this. So you know I had to nibble it.
It wasn't the same.
I tell you, it wasn't the same. I said, come on. Listen, man, I'm going to get into this when we get started.
But they can't get into that LBP, though.
What's LB? Lemon butter pound. LBP. Lemon butter pound cake. Listen, I want everybody to support Shepherd's Sweets. I think what's happening is, she's going to follow the holidays, I think. So whatever's coming up next, what is that, Valentine's Day?
Oh, Valentine's.
You might as well do it now. You might as well make your orders now so you could get them.
Get you a sweet potato for your sweet potato.
Yeah, a sweet potato for your sweet. Yeah, come up with another word. It's not a sweet potato for your sweet. No, you can't duplicate the best. Yeah, for sure. Please continue to support Shepherd'sSweets.com. Now, listen, y'all don't understand. I'm going to say this for real. Y'all don't understand. I am under attack. Spiritual, business, emotional, financial. I'm under attack. Y'all don't understand. So, my University of You website, out of the blue. The University of You, where you make your Shrouded Lighthouse orders, out of the blue, I get an email from, what's the name of this place? What's the name of the place that, yeah, it's called Samcart, right? Samcart handles all of the payments, right? I get an email out the blue. I'm trying to tell y'all I'm under attack. And sometimes, man, we cannot be lackluster or lose focus or lose sight because we think, oh, this dude is real consistent. He gonna always be here. Samcart basically sent me an email saying, we are closing your online store because we do not support gambling.
Gambling?
And I sent them an email saying, I'm not a gambler. What are you talking about? There's no gambling happening here, because I did the appeal. There's no gambling. And of course, these modern day corporations and businesses now, they don't have physical people to talk to. So you got to go through the email. And I went through the email twice, and I was basically telling them, yo, you guys made a mistake. I sell books. I sell relationship masterclass courses. This is what I do through Samcart. They said, no, we went back and we checked it out, and there's gambling. And I said, what? Y'all think I'm playing. I don't want, let me pull it up. I want to read exactly what they said, because listen, this is all technology, man. And anything out of the damn blue could fucking happen. That's why I say I'm under attack. I reached out to these people on several occasions and said, hey, you guys have made a mistake. So pretty soon, in February, I will not be able to take any more orders for the Shrouded Lighthouse through the shroudedlighthouse.com or whatever the website is. Oh yeah, I'm under attack. Remember, they attacked my website. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember the website got attacked? No, I think this is Stripe. One of them. Stripe. Yeah, I think it's Stripe. Yeah. So, just some random, out of the blue, we think there's some kind of gambling going on your page. And if you look at all my page, you'll just see book sales, but here's the thing. Y'all remember my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, got hijacked. You go to IamZoe, Sarah, pull up IamZoeWilliams.com and take a picture of that. Put what's up.
Okay.
They hijacked the website.
I am Zoe Williams.
Look what come up.
Oh.
Dwight Johnson, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it.
Bendar Togo, Singapore.
What the fuck? Singapore. My IamZoeWilliams.com website is Singapore.
Oh, it's satellite. Oh, it's a gambling. This is a gambling website, though.
Look at that.
It's a Singaporean.
Look at that.
Casino. Oh, this must have been what they're talking about then.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Do you see the fuckery? And the fact that you can't call anybody and say, and you can email this all day long. Yeah, we did our research and there's gambling. What?
Wow.
The reason why I preface that is because my books are still on sale. Now, this right here, you can get on Amazon.com. Amazon.com, all right? sells this book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, sells it exclusively. Okay? So paperback, Kindle, Audible, all of that. Man, I see y'all showing up and showing out on the super chat. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is available on Amazon.com. This and this are in my house in boxes. If you want these two books, you can still use the shroudedlighthouse.com to purchase this one, my latest, October 2021, right? Right? You could still go to that website, theshroudedlighthouse.com. You can still get it for now. But in February, they said they're going to turn it off. I've been on the phone with them, back and forth. If you want this, you can send me a payment for this via Cash App or PayPal, whatever, the holographic relationship. I'm trying to see how much the holographic relationship is $33. The Shrouded Lighthouse is $45. Always send, $8 to $10 for shipping and handling, because I want to ship it priority to make sure you have $100 of insurance. All right, enough of the promotion. Let's get to the topics.
Hot topics.
Let's report on the young brother, Damar Hamlin.
Jay Jefferson wants to know how much of the books he wants to buy one.
The Shrouded Lighthouse is $45. The holographic relationship is $33. All you have to do is add an additional, I'd say depends on where you live, I would say $6 to $11 for shipping and handling on top of those costs, so I can make sure you get your book with insurance intact, because I've noticed if there is no insurance, that's the end of it.
And Jay, put your address in the Cash App.
Put your address in the Cash App, and then send me an email to vor106@gmail.com. The Bulls, let's just say this, the Bills have worked out an agreement with the NFL and NFLPA to pay safety Damar Hamlin his full contract despite being placed on IR. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, that's important, because the NFL typically doesn't take care of their players. No. And the reason why they had to make this move is because that kid wasn't covered. Didn't have that solid contract yet. Takes you 3 to 4 years to really get that in the NFL. So the kid wasn't covered. This is a good move by the NFL and NFL Players Association. However, it's good only for Damar, right, in his particular situation. I'm glad they did this for him. But what about the countless other players that are not covered, that could go out at any time or any game and be injured in much the same way as this young man was? Mm-hmm. All right?
His wasn't a football injury, though. Like, he had a heart attack, right?
That's a football. He got hit in the chest, Sarah.
Oh, okay.
On the field. I have never seen somebody suffer from cardiac arrest on the field. The wide receiver hit him.
Wow.
And the boy got right up. He only 24 years old. This is a kid. Got right up and fell right back down. Cardiac arrest. First time I've ever seen CPR administered on the field.
Yeah.
And if those people didn't act fast enough, we could have lost him.
Because he flatlined twice?
Huh?
Didn't he was unresponsive twice. Like.
No. They didn't say that. Somebody said, yeah, he got hit in the chest, Sarah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. He had cardiac arrest. Heart stopped. So the brother is up. He's talking. He's breathing on his own. I love the picture of support where we saw his mother and father sitting right next to his bed. I'm happy for the kid. Now, Sarah, pull up the numbers on his GoFundMe or the fundraiser. He was only trying to raise $2,500. He's over $8 million now for the toy drive. I would say, and somebody check me on this. Is it wrong for us to say, man, keep half that money?
It's over $8 million.
It's over $8 million. And I know it's for the kids.
Oh,
But keep half of that money, man. Is it wrong for me to suggest him keeping half of the money for himself? Man, get an insurance policy on yourself. Purchase a home, right? And I'm not saying he doesn't have a home. I'm saying get some insurance on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I really believe, because these NFL players are out there unprotected, and their lives are in danger. And yes, the NFL is softer today than it was 10, 15 years ago, but it's still a very dangerous sport. As a matter of fact, let me just jump right into this too. This is the thing that I hate about sportscasters. They don't tell the 100% truth. You got to factor in everything. You can't say a Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback ever because he got 7 rings. See, because we always like to default to the stats. First off, this is entertainment and a giant distraction. Let's just, right? This is why there have been many times where the league said, oh, the defense is too good. Make it easier to score. They've done it in basketball. They've done it in football. Well, you know, this is too, yeah, he only asked for $2,500 for his GoFundMe, and now it's up to $8 million. I believe he should take some of that for himself. But I digress, right? These kids who play this game, they suffer from CTE, right? There's still some dangers out there. Yes, the game is softer than it was before, but yet it is still dangerous. You can't say somebody is the greatest when at some point the game has been lessened, right? They say, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback ever. He won seven titles. Okay. But the league progressively gets softer and softer and softer, which is why Shannon Sharp at 35 had to retire because his body said so. Which is why Tom Brady at 45 is still running around playing because they made it soft. You can't touch him. Can't touch the quarterback. They've been like that for years with the quarterback. Oh, wait a minute, don't hurt the quarterback. Well, if you make the league easier to succeed in, then of course the stats are going to rise. What's wrong with it? Testing 1 2 1 2. Right? So of course he gonna have GOAT numbers. 7 titles. What, he went to 9 of them or something? Well, the league is focused on protecting the quarterback, right? The league is focused on making sure that the quarterback cannot be hurt. You've heard football players say in the past, man, you guys are taking away the fundamental essence of playing defense.
But you know what, though? Like, when you put, I can't bowl, right? But you put them bumpers on them lanes, I'm a killer.
You put them bumpers?
I'm killing.
Wow. Wow. You put the bumper on the lane, it's over.
Over.
And that's what it is. Either, listen, why not just stop the game? Too much money. It's too much money to just say, we're going to stop the game. Mm-hmm. Stats don't make Tom Brady the greatest football player ever. Tom Brady is not better than Jerry Rice.
Never.
Tom Brady is not better than that boy that was on Lawrence tape. That nigga was on that, he was on that pony. Not better than that man on that pony, man.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is not better than these players. He's not better than Bo Jackson. He's not better than Marshall Faulk. He's not better. This is an unathletic white man who played his college ball at Michigan. He wasn't a bad quarterback. He's a good quarterback. No question. But to say he's the greatest and predicated on stats alone, when the stats and the system by which you ascertain, by which you get the stats can be manipulated. It's not better than those guys. Not better than Shannon Sharp.
So Shannon Sharp was a beast.
I know Skip won't say it, but I'll say it. Tom Brady is nowhere near better than Shannon Sharp. Not better than Walter Payton.
Deion Sanders.
Not better than Deion Sanders. Listen, you think because, listen, it's a team game, right? 11 guys on the field at any given time on defense or offense. It's a team game. When you change the parameters of the game to lessen the difficulty, you have to factor in that too. I'm not saying that the game isn't still dangerous. This young brother right here lets you know the game is dangerous. You can die playing football. But there isn't, listen to what I'm about to say, there isn't a mandate out there saying protect the safeties. This young man is a safety. There isn't a mandate out there saying protect the defensive player.
No.
Now you could say there is with regards to targeting. No helmet-to-helmet contact, right?
Yeah.
The game is still dangerous, but it's way less dangerous than it used to be, which is why a Tom Brady can still be here. Ain't no Joe Theismann accidents happening no more. Y'all remember when Joe Theismann's leg broke in the game and the bone popped out through the sock? That ain't happening no more.
No. They ain't even trying to hit like that at all.
Somebody said Tom Brady is not better than Michael Vick.
Mike Vick's
Agreed. Or Randall Cunningham. Or Warren Moon.
I was just going to say Warren Moon.
Or Steve McNair.
Yep, facts. R.I.P.
So I'm just saying, there's a concerted effort to protect the quarterback. Listen, football is violent. You got to ask yourself, how in the entire hell can an unathletic 45-year-old white man still be in the NFL? I'm not hating on Tom Brady. I'm saying, you playing one of the most vicious games in the world. You have no athleticism, and you 45, and you still throwing the, okay. That's because the game, the structure of the game has been changed. Somebody said same thing happened to Alex Smith. I remember Alex Smith leg snap, yeah?
And was dropping them third ward beats on him.
and the league is not protecting the players. Somebody said Dante Culpepper was nice. Listen, wherever there are black folk, you know, this you can say this is black racism, reverse racism. Wherever there's black folks in sports, we typically the best.
Only thing
athletically.
We just haven't been kickers. That's it.
We
ain't punting. We no Vinny Del Gricos.
Listen here, Vinny Del Greco. Listen, ain't no glory in kicking the ball like. Actually, there is. There's a lot of glory, but black people want to be on the field. They want to be playing.
They don't know about that.
Definitely not better than Randy Moss. So, no disrespect to LeBron James, we do the same thing for the NBA. When you look at LeBron James is about 400 points away from passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. When you look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his career, 38,000 points, and only took 1 or 2 3-pointers. If you take out all the 3-pointers made by LeBron, he's number 14. So the game has changed. It's not LeBron's fault that the game has changed, but what we have to have is a sliding metric for greatness. You can't just say, because he got the number that Kareem got, first off, the degree of difficulty was harder getting the 38,000 points by 2s than they are by 3s. In Kareem's era, the point guards better not jack up more than 2 3s a game. No. Because it was an inside-out league. The league changes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's different. So if you don't get to foul the way you got, I mean, it's not as aggressive. I'm talking about the NBA now. Shit. Jerry West himself told me this is the softest league and the easiest league to score in. He told me, Jerry West himself told me that. This is the easiest league to score in at any point in time.
That's why street shooters have become the new norm. I love Anthony Simon, but everybody just wants to throw his threes up.
See what I'm saying? Somebody said Kareem probably wouldn't have shot 3s today, though. Mm-hmm. If he played in today's game, he would, because he would be influenced by today's time.
He would have to, yeah.
So, but again, like I said, you have to have a sliding metric to determine greatness. Where's the defense of the 90s? The Knicks, the Bulls, the Pistons. Them fools was playing defense. Nobody's scoring tonight.
No. Nobody.
We finna have a 69-65 game final.
There were not many over 100-point games.
So what I'm saying is, they said, no, we want to make it easier for people to score. So they took out the hand checking. They took out certain types of defense. And it's a different kind of league now. Now, when you watch the game, everybody stops at the 3-point line. The bigs stop at the 3-point line. The guards, everybody is shooting 3s.
Capella from 3.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So it's hard to quantify greatness just on stats alone. Stats have their importance and they have their meaning, but that meaning is limited, especially when there's a sliding scale of difficulty from generation to generation. Right?
So do you think that with Tom Brady, he's more of how Snoop Dogg is to rap? Snoop Dogg isn't the greatest rapper, but he's the most popular?
You gonna say Tom Brady is the Snoop Dogg of the NFL?
You know what I'm saying? He ain't the hardest.
Wow.
Tom Brady would love that.
What the? Oh my God.
more, but he's not, the greatest.
That is fucking comedy. No, we can't make that analogy.
Okay.
Hell no. The fuck? Tom Brady is the Tom Brady of the NFL, but every time, they get to a certain level and they win titles and, it takes a team to do it, he's the greatest of all times. And it's like, no, we have to look at things, in a way that's objective to see, okay, well, how did he get to be the greatest? What are the conditions and the circumstances that made it so? You know what I mean? Like,
they're getting at me in the chat room.
huh?
They did not like that comparison.
That was a horrible comparison. It threw me away. All right, let's get to Gabrielle Union.
Why?
Gabrielle Union reveals she felt entitled to cheat on her first husband, Chris Howard, after his affairs.
Wait, Chris Howard, she was the football player?
I don't know who he is. Gabrielle Union is happily married to Dwayne Wade, but her first marriage to NFL Chris Howard was not actually a cup of tea for either of them. The 50-year-old actress admitted that she and her ex were not faithful to each other, like at all. Gabrielle Union says she was married to the athlete from 2001 to 2006 and treated the union as such a stupid relationship that she should never have gotten out of the dating phase. On Armchair Expert podcast with Dax Shepard, I definitely was not getting Wife of the Year awards, Union revealed. First off, I like the fact that she's transparent. She's sharing. That's cool. Because let's be honest. Pick a side, niggas. Oops. I didn't mean to say that. Pick a side, brothers. And not that I have something against the word. It's just that YouTube is on one, and I want to make sure that we stay on. But let me just say this. She was transparent and shared what was going on from her perspective. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to applaud that, because oftentimes, tell the truth, Sarah. You got to come in here, Sarah, and tell the truth.
Yes.
Oftentimes, women ain't going to share that.
No.
Y'all some of the secretest, keepingest, quietest, kept-ass people in the world. Y'all don't want to tell nobody about nothing.
Yeah, but,
so this is why
that's how a man feel the same way, though.
But that's why I say this is why sometimes brothers, need to pick a side. You want your woman to open up and share, or do you want her to shut down and not say nothing? Because the kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. If she shared too much, she a thought. You condemn her for being a horrible human being. But if she doesn't share at all, you feel like you're on the outside looking in as to who she might really be. And you can never really know. Then it's always some kind of trust issue. So now the question becomes, do we applaud her for saying she felt entitled to cheat? Now, let me just say this. Nobody's entitled to cheat, right? It's not like an insurance or tax rebate. If somebody does something, to you, now I'm entitled to do this. No, that's not how relationships work. So that the framing gives you an insight into, the framer. She says, I was definitely not getting Wife of the Year awards, Union revealed. In our first marriage, neither one of us felt like the marriage should get in the way of our dating. It became retaliation, infidelity on both sides. And the being Mary Jane star felt entitled to enjoy her own affairs. Now, this is a little different from what I read before. I read she felt entitled because she was paying the bills.
Yeah, she did say that too, though, in the interview.
Wow.
But you see, this is the thing. If you a man, you don't make as much money as me, and you gonna cheat, I'm just gonna leave you. Why am I stay with you?
Tune in to KVLA Talk 1580 tonight, the first voice of reason. Can I tell y'all what I'm going to talk about tonight? I'm going to act a complete fool. And the reason why you think this doesn't, trust me, this connects, it intersects with Gabrielle Union. Oh, God, tonight. See, we fail to realize how much society has a say in our relationships. Society tells us what's really cracking. Psychology, religion, philosophy, social science, all of these things are under kind of the same umbrella. Tonight's topic, he is not of God. A deeper look at the culture of faith-based single life. Does your pastor have too much say in your choice of mates? Is your pastor responsible for keeping you single? See, we're going to talk about this tonight. See, the social game rules that you follow tend to not be authored by you. So you follow what you have inherited culturally. Did you hear what she said? I felt entitled to cheat because I make more money.
To cheat better.
So his money keeps you faithful, or would have kept you faithful? If his money would have kept you faithful, can we be honest? Is that like a passive-aggressive prostitute? Or an undeclared prostitute? It is your money that keeps me honorable.
I believe it was
Go ahead, Sarah.
The great philosopher and legend James Brown that said you have to pay the cost to be devoted.
You got to pay the cost for your woman to respect you?
That ain't your woman. That
they was married.
Relationship was, they really wasn't together no way.
So we paying for loyalty now?
It must be real high because a lot of people don't have it these days.
Answer the question, y'all. Answer the goddamn question. Does money keep you loyal? She said, I'm entitled to cheat because I pay the bills. So let's go back to the man's position as the leader, the breadwinner, and the protector. If he, i.e. Dwayne Wade, breadwinner and leader, you shouldn't have no resentment or angst towards him and his side babies. If we're using the same logic.
So basically you gotta be able to afford to cheat?
Dwayne could cheat. Right? Can Dwayne cheat? Are you going to accept Dwayne's cheating? Because that's the same logic, right? That's the same logic. I felt entitled to cheat because I paid the bills. Well, Dwayne pays the bills. It's clear that Dwayne Wade, NBA, soon-to-be Hall of Famer, there you go. He done made hundreds of millions of dollars in the league. So he by your definition, because if he cheated on you and used your logic, can we be honest? If Dwayne Wade cheated on her today and used her logic, I'm the breadwinner. I make more money than you. You taken care of, ain't you? Everything good? Yeah, I know he cheated and had a whole baby. What I'm saying is, in light of the revelation of how she felt about her last husband, her previous husband, Gabrielle Union reveals she felt entitled to cheat on first husband Chris Brown after his affairs. The way that that tagline is framed, basically she's blaming him for doing it and justifying her actions by way of his. That's a lack of accountability. But within what was said, she shared that they both were doing things to each other and acting out in certain ways. Still didn't indicate who was the first to do it and who was the first to feel entitled. All of this matters, you know. And then later in the interview, it states, I felt entitled to cheat because I made more money. So apply that to your current relationship. Has your beliefs changed? Maybe her beliefs have changed. But if she still holds those beliefs, then Dwayne Wade can act on those beliefs if he so chose. Is that fair, Sarah, or am I off?
I mean, I think it's fair because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You know what I'm saying? If that was your thing before, he's also cheated. Like they said, Dwayne Wade has cheated on her before. If that was her mindset with that relationship, because people do evolve and change, you know what I'm saying? So maybe she's admitting that now because maybe she's not that same person anymore.
That's what I gave her the benefit of the doubt that when these statements were originally made, she probably was in a different consciousness. Now she's somewhere else. I've already said that.
I was just reiterating.
However, if she still holds these beliefs, does that give Dwayne Wade a credit card to cheat? Okay, let's do it another way. Are women more tolerant of rich men cheating?
Yeah.
Why wasn't she tolerant of homeboy? He was rich. He was an NFL football player.
No, but no.
Was he fat? What happened?
Because he stopped playing and he wasn't getting them checks no more.
Oh, so he got broke.
Yeah.
So women are generally more intolerant of brokies.
Yeah.
And more tolerant of men with money and wealth. So somebody in my chat room said Kevin Samuels was right. You're not going to get no argument. Listen, you're not going to get no argument out of me. I've said it before. Kevin Samuels is, or was, the 48 laws of power for societal relationships. The way the social game rules are set up in America, Kevin Samuels was right within that lane. Listen, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene is one of the most gangster books ever. It teaches you how to become a social mercenary, a hustler.
Psychopath.
Why do you think the brother 50 wrote an extension to it, the 50th Law, which is a great book. It teaches you how to navigate society. It teaches you how to be a dog out here. Kevin Samuels was teaching and sharing his insight from the 48 Laws of Power level. Brother, she got 2 divorces and 4 kids over those 2 divorces, and she's at an elevated age, and she don't look the part. Brother, who you jumping through hoops for? That made sense. At a certain level of how you interact in a capitalistic, transactional society. If this is how you're going to relate in society, Kevin Samuels was right at that level. But there are limits to that level. Mm-hmm. Let me give you an example. Traditional relationships, right? Real simple. Traditional relationship is simple, man. It's gender-based. We got roles. I'm a man. I protect. I provide. I lead. That's what I'm responsible for in this relationship. The woman, I nurture. I empathize. I love on. I raise the kids. I create a beautiful home. You know what it is. I cook. I clean. Right? But the only part that's left out of that definition, there's no definition in the traditional gender role-based model to account for self-work. Relationships are spiritual by nature. So you're supposed to be seeing yourself in the relationship. That's why there's never anybody to blame. There's only you as someone who is supposed to claim what you've partially co-created. See, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people like the old model of blaming somebody for doing something to them. A lot of people love the victimhood model. You come in with unrealistic, inflexible expectations. You come in with a sense of entitlement. You come in feeling like you're owed something from the last situation that didn't manifest the way you wanted it to. This is how relationships struggle. This is how you struggle. So when we see somebody like, and this is a beautiful woman, man. And understand, Gabby has always been a beautiful woman. Let's talk about, the fact that you're in Hollywood and you're this it girl. So the it girl got options just like the it dude. So maybe when you choose from the options that are presented to you, maybe you're choosing from a superficial level, which makes you have a sense of entitlement. I feel like I'm entitled to this or that. No, you're not entitled to anything you don't bring to the relationship yourself.
But I think it also, being in the industry or whatever, and being a business person that she is too, as well as an actress, to me it makes, when people cheat, it lets me know how really your character is not that great. Because you don't resolve your issue, you just try to satisfy it by doing outside things. Instead of leaving her relationship and dealing with that and ending that, all of a sudden you're seen all around town with somebody else. Like, that's, I don't know. How can you trust people like that, though?
First off, ain't no trust.
Oh, then there's that.
The only person you can really trust is you. And the only way to trust yourself is to not be afraid of who you really are. Most people are afraid of who they really are. They're afraid of the little liar inside of them. They're afraid of the little manipulator inside of them. They're afraid of the person or the being within themselves that don't stand up for themselves. Like, I demand you stand up for me. I demand that you protect me. But they're afraid of themselves, that portion of themselves that doesn't stand up for themselves, that doesn't protect themselves. Why do you say they're afraid of it? Because guess what? You have incorporated into your identity a part of yourself that you have not accepted. And you use that to justify blaming the external source. So even though you find out something wrong with the way I think, The way I think is a part of who I am, so I can't get rid of it. Do you see? I'm not going to get rid of that. So in a lot of ways, you're afraid because listen, dealing with it puts you right in alignment with what is known as ego death. Ego is identity, the id. I don't want, shit. You're afraid to attack that. You're afraid to unplug the circuits around that. Because you don't want to die. You don't want to die. Yeah. Tell the truth. I didn't mean to get on the whole voice of reason thing right now. I just wanted to say, that's normal stuff that people go through. And again, normal for celebrities. Because if you notice, she went to Dwayne Wade, who's an NBA player, right after being with an NFL player. She's only dating in a certain circle of noble lords. She's not dating the brothers down at the Home Depot, the general manager of the Home Depot. She's not dating him.
She wanted an athlete this time that was a Hall of Famer, not someone that people would say, who?
Who? See, I didn't even know who he was until you said it.
You called him Chris Brown. His name Chris Howard. This man don't even get no respect.
Okay, I'm sorry. On to the next story.
It's not breezy.
Come on, man. I hope this is not true. According to TMZ, man, legendary comic book character, the Joker, he's going to be pregnant. What?
So you have it, my baby.
The Joker gets pregnant in a new comic series they just rolled out, which is expectedly drawing some outrage and backlash among a certain demographic. Can you guess who? See, they're framing it like phobia.
Yeah.
Right? A certain demographic of people have not accepted the new way. The latest story about the Clown Prince of Darkness comes from DC's The Man Who Stopped Laughing series, which explores different plots and subplots for the Joker, and some aren't even canonical, including the one about him growing a baby bump.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
So the Joker is pregnant, and wait, I'm reading the actual little piece here. It says, well, what have we here? I think you're pregnant. I think you're right. Do we have a good OBGYN we could use? Wow.
DC got Marvel?
They got the Joker up in stirrups with his legs up.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. It's a breaking story right now. That Damar Hamlin's been released from the hospital.
Excellent.
He was just in ICU.
No, he was good. I told you, that's good. I expected to see him show up at the game yesterday, but he was still in the hospital taking pictures with his people.
He'll be there this week. But
So I'm glad he's good. I'm glad he's good. But isn't that, to me, isn't that weird? I guess you can't even say stuff is weird no more, because you get seen as the weird one.
What?
Okay, so let me do it another way.
First of all, I hate his eye makeup.
Why not just make a trans version of the Joker for yourself? Like, maybe he's not called the Joker. Maybe he's called the Poker. Make the Poker. He plays poker, he plays poker, gets people in high stakes games, The poker. Why does it have to be the Joker? See, what happens is, you have to remember, these are archetypes. The crown, or the clown prince of darkness. This is a type of archetype. Like if you look at Batman hiding behind the mask, right? You have to understand, man, psychology is a part of the constructs that they create in the form of the victor and the villain. Psychology is never far away. So these represent archetypes. So, in order to integrate, right? Because this is how you do it. These archetypes are in the back of our subconscious. We just recognize them, right? So in order to integrate a new aspect of society, you start telling that new aspect's story through archetypes, pre-existing archetypes. Somebody said call them the choker. Yeah. So tell the story through a pre-existing archetype.
But how did he get pregnant? Like, who impregnated him?
Probably Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. So Harley Quinn's really a trans?
We don't know. I ain't got the comic book.
Oh my God, this is so cool.
But do you understand what I'm saying? Get down to the archetype and then tell the story of the new aspect of society that we want to integrate.
Wow.
Now let me ask you a question. Why hasn't there been a black Superman yet?
But we got a pregnant Joker.
We got a pregnant Joker without a black Superman. Huh? Where's the black Batman? If we integrating, right? Listen, the Civil Rights Act, y'all know y'all did wrong by black folk. Jim Crow, huh? Economic redlining. Where is the entire black DCU?
Somebody said they're going to have Jesus next.
Jesus, black people made Jesus black himself. We said we know Jesus is black. Jesus is our folk. We're going to do this ourselves.
Wow, this is
What I'm saying is, look at the effort put into, no disrespect to this community, right? No, what do they say? 0.4% of all black Americans are trans. No disrespect, but the numbers ain't there, right? You guys don't even make up 1%, but they're there. They're there because you exist, and okay. But for 0.1%, you're going to start drilling down into the archetypes to make them feel included, right? Because we're into this inclusion thing, right? Where are all the black angels? Where's the whole black Bible? Pull it up, Sarah. Don't we have a trans Bible?
Trans Bible coming up. Let me see. Okay.
I don't know if it's trans. I think it's LGBT.
Okay.
How many letters, Naeem?
I think it is. It's the Queen's James version.
It's called the Queen's James. Boy, I say another motherfucking word. They're going to get Pinky. I'm going to turn into Pinky in this mother. They got the Queen's James.
Oh, wait, got that Queen's James?
So it's called Rainbow Bible. Okay, so if you can reach down into the societal archetypes and implant these concepts so that the rest of society will accept, right?
Oh, they have the difference between, okay, sorry. I went down a rabbit hole to the Queen James Bible. Go ahead.
Right? Why hasn't this been done? Why hasn't this been done for black folk already? When Michael Jackson did Remember the Time, Michael Jackson's first choice was the same OGs that did Captain EO. Captain EO was fired for the day. Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg. Like, he had the heavy hitters come in. Sarah, I need you to read some verses from the Queen James Bible.
Oh, okay. Would you like me to read it?
Yes, I want to see what they said. In the beginning.
Let's see.
In the beginning, the beginning, and the beginning, in the beginning.
Well, this one is, they're comparing King James verses Queen James Version.
I need to see. What are the major differences?
Okay, so let's start with Romans 1 and 27.
Romans 1 and 27.
This is the King James Version. And likewise also the men,
My.
leaving the natural use of the woman,
Yes.
burned in their lust,
Hallelujah.
one toward another.
Yes.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly,
Yes.
and receiving in themselves
Lord.
that recompense
The
of their error,
Yes.
which was met.
Recompense means repayment. Recompense. Yes, you hear Thor mention recompense often when speaking to his brother Loki. The High King's English is quite beautiful if you understand what it means. Sarah, can we go to the same verse?
Now, this is the same verse, but this is the Queen's James Version. Men with men, working that which is pagan and unseemly. For this cause God gave the idolaters up into vile affection, receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. What?
I don't even know how they reworded that.
I don't know how
I
they
couldn't even follow that. Well, read that again so I can understand.
See, now, hold on. Now, this is say, now the Queen James here, okay. So they said he's the same thing pretty much. Men with men working that which is pagan and unseemly. Oh, they switched it. So it wasn't the fact that they were gay, it's because they were pagan. And then it says, for this cause, God gave the idolaters, being that they're idolaters because of the paganism, not because they were homosexual.
Oh, hell no.
I see you sneaking.
Okay, go to Leviticus.
Oh, they got Leviticus right here.
Bring Leviticus into God said he didn't make them. It was an abomination.
Leviticus 18:22, the King James Version, and it reads, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. The Queen Version says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind in the temple of Molech. That is an abomination. Just don't be in the temple of the Molechs. You all right?
Molech.
Mm-hmm.
M-O-L-E-K?
M-O-L-E-C-H. I just put that on there. Is it Molech?
So it's an abomination.
You just can't have sex in the temple of Molech. That's it. That's the abomination. That's what they say.
My son said, praise the gay baby Jesus. Listen.
Oh, there is one more.
Keep going.
Jude 1:7. The King James Version says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. The Queen James Version says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after non-human flesh, are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Boy, this is some subtle.
Not strange, non-human. My Lord, my Lord.
What is that word again? Was it Molech?
It's Molech, yeah.
Spell it.
Molech.
I ain't gonna let that go. We got to find out what that word meant.
I don't know what it means, but I can
Who
Google.
is the author of the book?
The Queen James?
Yeah.
Author.
See, because I don't want nobody to play with the words. So when I go to the etymological dictionary, the way you spelled it was what?
Molech.
Molech.
That's it.
Aeiou. And sometimes Y.
Sometimes why?
Those are your vowels, right? Y'all do know the vowels all make different variations of the same sound. A and E, same sounds. Just, that's what vowels. Anyway. So what came up was Moloch, Canaanite god of fertility mentioned in the scripture, said to have been propitiated by sacrificing children.
My Lord.
Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 21.
That's what I just
From
read.
Latin Moloch, from Greek Molech, from Hebrew Molekh. Didn't I tell you that E and that O are interchangeable? Didn't I tell you? Right? Also means king, Hebrew, Molech, Melech. Altered by the Jews with the vowel points from bashith, shame, to express their horror of the worship, hence figuratively and balefully influence to which everything is sacrificed. Listen, can we do a deeper dive? No disrespect. Can we do a deeper dive on that word? Can you go back to is that from the Queen James Version?
That's what
Don't have sex in the temple of Molech.
Don't have sex in the champagne room of Molech. Don't do that. Now, mind you, in that particular scripture, King James Version, in the 22nd verse, they don't even mention Molech, but...
That's what I'm saying.
But the Queen's...
I noticed that. That's why, listen, who wrote it?
I'm trying to see.
This is why you got to ask, who wrote that? And why would you put Moloch in it? Who's behind the book?
I'm trying to see. Who published the Queen James? Let's see here. Dr. Mayer I. Gruber.
Who?
Some dude named Dr. Mayer Gruber.
Pull him up. We got to see him.
This sounds about right. Let's see.
But do you understand? Do you understand what's happening here? Please.
Let's see here.
Molech is at work right now. Because although Joker is a bad guy, what realm is Joker in? Comic books. Who do the comic books typically, especially the movies, go after? Kids. Now, of course, there's a whole grown-up section of that shit now who used to be in love with them as children. This is why they could repackage the movies and put them back out. So Molech, according to this, I'm at online etymology dictionary. Molech, Canaanite god frequently mentioned in the scripture, said to have been propitiated appeased by sacrificing children. So you good, according to this scripture, say you good, according to the Queen James Version. Men are good with men so long as they're not in the temple of Molech.
Just don't go over there.
And Molech ain't even mentioned in the King James Version.
No.
In that verse.
No.
What did the Lord tell you? Children, what has the Lord told you this whole time? My Lord, my.
Lord.
What did the Lord tell you? It's 2023. What did the Lord impress upon you since 2008 when he got started? When the Lord got started on radio, what did the Lord impress upon you? The Lord said, I'm going to create different types of platforms and different types of spaces where we can have conversation. The Lord said that not only are we going to talk, we're going to talk real, right? The Lord said that if you are going to follow something, make sure it is something you have written. We talked about self-authorship. And the Lord said, hey, whose social game rules are you following? See, again, if we don't write our own social game rules, and I'm saying for ourselves, individually, these archetypes begin to infiltrate the way we view the world. You're not the author of the ideas you employ, but you must be. Listen, ask the question. Is society pushing the narrative?
Yes.
Did they do it in Iraq too?
No.
Yes, they pushed the narrative in Iraq too. When we went to war, it was in 91 with Iraq, the first thing we did was drop pamphlets of propaganda on them in their language.
They got to understand it.
So is this the passive-aggressive way of doing the same thing? Propaganda being placed in your comic books? The new Superman got a gay son. We're going to call him Shark Kent. Because you know, when you get into the lifestyle, you know, sharks happen. She's Shark Kent. This is what's happening. Or Dent Clark.
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying, why didn't they go out of their way to do the same thing for black folk who they said they were sorry? We didn't mean, we love black people. We didn't mean for y'all to. How come y'all didn't drill down into the DNA of our psychosis to change the negative narratives you perpetuated against us? You got Africans coming in saying Americans tell Africans not to be cool with African Americans. Is this not happening in the world?
Oh, somebody said Black Lightning even got a gay daughter. I've seen that, yeah.
Who?
Black Lightning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the TV.
Yeah, and then I think I have more problem that she's Asian than the fact that she's the girl. Anyway, that's just me.
Somebody said it's a bisexual Superboy.
Yeah, they want people to be more fluid.
Listen. I said it before. I said create your own narrative.
Mark sent.
Pull up the lady that created Seventh-day Adventist.
7-Day Adventist coming up?
Yep. We having church today. Y'all want to have church?
Oh, yeah, Lord. Oh, yeah, we have a little church.
Listen, it's 627 people in here right now. And I'm about to pass the plate as I get deeper into today's topic. I'm passing the plate. Can all 621 of you just give us $5 on the super chat right now? Listen, it's very imperative that you support these ministries, the ministries of truth, the ministries of honesty and integrity. We implore you to hit the super chat button and show your love. Oh, by the way, anybody who has Cash App me for the proposal. I want you to email me, because I'm going to put your name in the new book. I want you to email me, and also if you guys wanted that 30-minute, the 30-minute coaching session. I can tell you right now, I put, out of my own money, $2,500 on it. We're at $3,000. The sister, I paid her the other day. I gave her another $750 that took us to $3,000, or something like that. 5 something that took us to. If it was 5 something that took us to $3,000. She said she would take it down because it usually costs $7,500, and that's a deal from the sister. She said that's a deal. Normally she charges anywhere from $25,000 to do these types of proposals. For the new book, I want to tell you guys the name of the new book, but as soon as I say it, somebody's going to be out preaching it. But if you want to support the book proposal, she took it down $1,000. It's $6,000. We have $3,000 remaining on the balance. Anybody that wants to help me do this book proposal, all you got to do is send whatever you can to my Cash App, $, what is it, $, Zowat Netter. All right? Hey! There goes Zowat Netter right there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Boy, that boy looked like a straight Moor. Like, you have trespassed across my lands.
Here we go.
Take you and
Not let me go
your belongings and leave this place at once. That's what he looked like, don't he? Do not trifle a cow. Boy, I could narrate the whole thing. Yes, you're in the land of the great Zodini. I am the final remaining genie. And I, like other genies, do offer wishes. But I, unlike other genies, do not offer 3 of them. You may only have 1 wish. Yeah.
This is the people from the 7-Day Adventist.
That's 7-Day Adventist people?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. What's their names?
Their names are, excuse me, and that would totally be what I should have done. Ellen Gold.
That's her name. That's her. Ellen. I forgot her name because I'm old and I forget shit. Ellen. So Ellen and a group of other motherfuckers put together something called the Urantia book. Look it up, Sarah.
Urantia?
The Urantia book. You know who else was a part of the group of motherfuckers who helped create the Urantia book? This is why y'all should be hitting the super chat. Because this game is for real. Kellogg.
What?
Yes. Like cornflakes, Kellogg's?
What?
The Kellogg family was integral in joining and putting together this belief system. And out of the Urantia came the 7-Day Adventists. Ellen created that. Did it exist beforehand?
Let's see right here, Urantia. Mm-hmm. Over here.
See, what I'm pointing out is make up your own shit. Just make up some shit. They did.
Just make up some shit.
But the reason why there's an agenda to not make up their own shit and to infiltrate pre-existing is because most of us our operating systems are running on those systems. They're running on the Bible system. They're running on conservative or liberalism. They're running on the systems, the ideological constructs that pre-exist right now. So let's get into those archetypes and infiltrate the pre-existing archetypes with this new segment of society that must be accepted by the masses. We have to normalize it. How do you normalize it? You've got to inject the psychological DNA down at the root, the constructs. Bam.
That is nightmare fuel.
Yes, this is at school.
The drag readings, story times with drag.
Story time with Roger.
God, not Troutman either.
Oh, man.
No, put that. You remember the movie we had? Roger. Demon Knight. Story time with Demon Knight.
Oh, wow.
That's from a horror movie.
That's crazy.
And that demon Angela kept fucking with Roger because he looked just like you, Naeem. He looked exactly like you, little brown boy, but he had some motherfucking sense. He was hanging out with these white folk, and he knew, boy, this is a haunted house. There's some demons in this house. So he kept running. And what he did was he didn't tell nobody that he was going to run. He hear a demon sound, then he just turned around and run away. Didn't even tell his friends. He see the demon coming first. Hope we can turn around and just leave. You Roger, boy.
Excuse me.
Roger, where you going? Does that look like Demon Knight? Does that picture look like Demon Knight? Does this look acceptable? I'm just, listen, this is not anti-anything. It's not. It's not anti-anything, but is that appropriate for kids?
First of all, kids be scared of the dark. I don't understand how they don't be running when they see that.
Well, let's go back. Let's go back. Remember, Bruce Lipton, the biology of belief. What does Bruce Lipton say?
What Bruce saying?
Bruce says, between the first 7 years of your life, that's where you get all your consciousness. That's what you're working from. The first 7 years, all of this shit is imprinted right there. That's how you're imprinted. First 7 years of your life. So if we get to the kids, right? We get to the kids, we got them. So now we're teaching the kids how to incorporate and accept this. Come on, Fred Dorsey, don't just come in asking questions. Give yourself a little time to process.
You talk about demons? I love Fred.
You get them young. But many people have been saying this in the black revolutionary movements and all of these movements. They've been saying the old blacks are going to die thinking the way they've been thinking. Go get the youth. That's what Clarence 13X did when he created the 5%. Right? The nation of earth, gods and earths. He went to the youth. Because the old folk don't think the way the old folk think. Because that programming is rooted in their mind. You're supposed to go get the kids. So that's what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Roger. Let me see if I can play. Roger ran his ass. Do you hear me? Roger said, I ain't fucking with none of y'all. And didn't tell nobody nothing.
But I think the crazy thing is is that a lot of people now saying like, oh, we just love the innocence of children. That's why we're introducing them so young, so you can see how they adapt to it and stuff like that. But you're taking away their innocence all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, ugh.
Listen, children are supposed to grow up in the way that we, bring them up, right? Meaning, children should have space to kind of know themselves without judgment. Children should have space to kind of just be who they are. Because sometimes, you could have a demanding parent, right, that could shut down a child's creativity, their curiosity. Hold on. I got to find this. I must find it.
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
To a person that don't have kids, it's just...
See, the name of this video, I'm sorry. The name of this video on YouTube is called Night of the Demons, How a Black Man Survives.
A black man survived a horror film?
Yes, he was the only one.
Oh.
Nigga lived.
Spoiler alert.
Where the fuck is the goddamn gate? We came into a gate, didn't we?
We're dead. We've all died and gone to hell.
What are you talking about? Are you going crazy on me, girl? Look, if that's all that's on your mind, you just better shut that mouth of yours. Shit. Hell my ass. Oh, heaven help me.
Roger. Y'all can't see it, but Roger was running, nigga.
He was the Carl Lewis of horror films.
This is absolutely, this nigga look like Carl. This is the Carl Lewis. Roger said, shit. They was at that wall and said, oh shit, we can't get out. The motherfucker walked up and said, Roger, he pushed that little white girl on the ground and climbed that wall. And then said, give me your hand. Shit. From over here, because I ain't finna stay over there with them demons.
Okay, I'm like,
Roger.
like, huh?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can tell, like, if you've been alive long enough, you can tell that there is such a radical shift. Do you understand what I'm saying? And what's happening? Like, normal shit ain't normal no more. And abnormal shit is starting to become normal. Now, maybe that's the way a society grows and expands. I don't know. But it's just getting weirder and weirder every day. Sarah?
It's just, I don't know. I especially with the whole non-binary thing, when I heard Janelle Monáe, and she said that she's non-binary because if she is made in the image of God, God is neither male nor female, so neither is she.
Oh, my God.
It's a lot of stuff going on.
So now you're a theologian. You don't know what... Okay, you don't know what God is. See, now you done piss me off. Sarah, pull up the Kabbalion.
Coming up.
'Cause you don't know. Lord have mercy. These children don't know, Lord. We're going to try to save them in some way. Oh, Lord, there's a bunch of sneezing and disrespectful.
Am I pulling up to read something, or am I pulling up for just to see a picture of it?
I want you to pull up to read, and I want a picture.
Okay, let me get your picture first, honey. Hold on, sugar.
Are y'all ready for this? Roger. Hey, can I get everybody to hit that super chat? Show your love, man. Everybody hits that super chat. 50 stars are pentagrams. Can everybody hit the super chat? Show your love. Again, we need the support from today's show. We've been on for 2 weeks. Oh no, we was here last week, weren't we, Sarah?
Yeah, we were here.
We finna talk about all that.
Okay, this one over here. Okay, I'm trying to get that.
Sarah, did you get it?
Give me 2 seconds so I can put it on the screen.
I don't believe God is, what'd she say?
She said, God is neither male nor female, so why should I have to be?
Because you are. How about you are?
She made me pee standing up. Let's see. Okay, so what am I going on here?
All right. Read the principles, please.
The principle, okay.
Come on, Sarah. 7 principles.
I'm sorry. Okay, the 7 principles, okay. These are literally quoted from the principle of mentalism.
Let's go. All is mind.
The principle of correspondence.
Back and forth.
The principle of vibration.
Mm-hmm.
The principle of polarity.
Wow. Back
The
and
principle
forth.
of rhythm.
Hey.
The
Back and
principle
forth.
of cause and effect.
Hey.
And the principle of gender.
All of those principles are dual. Did you know that? This is what the Kabbalion says. Everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pairs of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degrees. Extreme meets. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. That is a quote from the Kabbalion. These are spiritual universal laws that were laid down by the source that you call non-binary. But in order for human beings to understand that within the matrix, there must be a positive and a negative, a up and a down, a north, south, east, and west. There has to be duality. How do you ascertain meaning? Unless there's duality. This is not meaningful. This is meaningful. Oh, wait a minute. That was a misinterpretation of what I thought was meaningful, which is actually not meaningful. Do you see? This universe is based on opposites. The ancient Africans understood that. For every Kemetan male god, he had a wife. Who knows Thoth's wife, Tahuti? Everything had a counterbalance. You know, Brahma, Shiva, all them, they got wives. Oh, let's go deeper. The I Ching, which comes out of Ifa in the 16 Odu. Positive, negative, light, dark, wet, dry, hot, cold. All of this is there. The Odu starts with light, then goes to darkness, then variations of the other. Do you see? The universe is based on binary. The universe in which you live in, the matrix in which you live in. So there is a half-truth to what the young lady is saying when she says God is non-binary. Yes, but that is an extremely high level of consciousness. And when you reach that level of consciousness, that's when you're not in the body, so to speak. You're not in your gender, but you've been assigned what you were assigned spiritually. So why do you have it? Okay, cool. Don't nobody want? No, ain't nobody. Ain't nobody got no answers.
All right, let's go. Nobody. Okay.
Ain't nobody got no answers. The principle of mentalism, all is mind, the universe is mental. Doesn't the Bible say that too? Whatever, as a man thinketh.
What? A man? What do you mean?
Sarah,
All the world's mine? What do you mean?
As a man thinketh, so is he.
As a man thinks in his heart, so is he.
So is he. What verse is that?
I don't know the
Is
address.
it Hosea?
Let me see.
My son is over here rolling.
Let me find that.
The principle of mentalism. The all is mine. What is the all? God. That's a euphemism for God. The all is mine. The universe is mental. Your Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Buddha said, all of this reality is made up of mind. In other words, ideas. So who are the author of yours? Are you the author of yours? You better have a direct experience of God before you say what you think God is. So listen, the principle of correspondence. As above, so below. So below, as above. This principle embodies the truth that there is always a correspondence between the laws and phenomena of the various planes of being and life. Duality. As above, so below. What happens as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. As above, so below. The principle of vibration, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Energy cannot be destroyed, it can only change form. Okay, cool. The principle of polarity, everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. A paradox is something that doesn't have a corresponding opposite. That's what makes it a paradox. Okay. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings manifest in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. So what do you mean there's no binary action on planet Earth? These are the 7 Hermetic principles. They won't teach them in church, but they will teach them in Masonic temples. And most pastors, a lot of pastors, are also Masons. So why aren't you guys teaching duality when you're getting the higher knowledge? Because you know after you get past the 3rd degree, from the 3rd degree all the way up to the 99th or and even higher, these are all metaphysical degrees. Books like the Kabbalion are part of those degrees. The philosophical, metaphysical beliefs that come from the ancients. Who are the ancients? The everywhereans, yo people. Huh? These are the very same principles the everywhereans, black folk, use to civilize the world. The principles of cause and effect, that's binary. Cause, effect, that's binary. Every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is but a name for law, not recognized. There are many planes of causation, but nothing escapes the law. Here's the final one. The principle of gender. Gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. So when you get somebody saying, I'm non-binary, white folk are attacking the blueprint that we use to understand the matrix that we live in. Does this make sense?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that you're saying.
There's a lot of things that you're saying that Bible says too, but it's not in the same words, but it's pretty much the same thing.
What did the Bible say?
Different things like, so is man, think it's heart, so is he. It's even the whole thing of the knowledge of good and evil type thing, to like studying to show yourself approved, like rightly dividing the word. If there's, you know, things like that. So I'm just thinking a lot. And even Our Father's prayer is, "Give us this day our daily bread." Like, you know, where it goes like, "Let it be done in earth as it is in heaven." You know what I'm saying? So
As above, so below, as above.
just a little thing, you know.
Please turn your Bibles to Sorcery 101.
No.
Listen, man, I come on here, man, to talk to y'all because we just live in a weird-ass time. Let me give you a better story to end on.
Oh, there's
Here's a better
happy
story.
ending.
Students in Michigan and Florida are required to take financial literacy courses to graduate from high school. You probably should have stayed in Michigan, boy.
The girl in the front row not having it.
Huh?
The girl in the front row. she
I think this is a good move, right? Financial literacy courses, because this is not something they normally taught in school. This is something, you know, you got to figure out. Yeah, your parents got to teach you. Yeah, I think this is a good move. Starting this year, students in Michigan and Florida are required to take a financial literacy course before graduating high school. Many students don't know the basics of opening up a bank account, which can lead to a secured credit card that helps build credit. Students who learn financial literacy will be better prepared at budgeting, saving money, and building good credit. California-based nonprofit Next Gen Personal Finance donated $1.4 million to the California Department of Education to fund financial literacy courses in high school. Teachers will receive additional pay for participating in the program, according to a Department of Education news release. Providing financial literacy gives students a way of learning in their very own hands, a practical way of managing their life. This is good stuff. Financial literacy is especially critical at a time of rising inflation. I think that's a good look. Sarah, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I remember when I was at elementary school, they gave us like our own little checking account. Like Washington Mutual came over, and they had us open accounts that were just like savings accounts. And they gave us all $25 a piece, and we had to manage our money. It was a dope thing to have, only to help me as I got older, because Washington Mutual used to be that bank where everybody used to scam on. Shout out to Washington Mutual.
What?
It made me scam better. Anyway, but...
I'm going to keep running through these topics. Go ahead.
No, but it taught us an awareness of money. Like, it made me understand my mother with bills, and even at a young age like that. I wish I had that in high school. It would probably benefited me more.
Right.
Because I had started getting jobs and stuff, so I had my own money to manage. I wish I had it then.
Right. Now, this next story, I don't know if it's true or not, but it was sent to me. This would not surprise me. Barack Obama's father, identified as CIA asset in U.S. drive to recolonize Africa during early days of the Cold War. Over the last decade, the U.S. has been quietly expanding its covert intelligence empire in Africa as part of a growing geopolitical rivalry with China. A new book published by Susan Williams entitled White Malice, the CIA and the Covert Recolonization of Africa reminds us that the likely consequences would be disastrous. Williams' book updates an earlier study edited by Philip Agee, Ellen Ray, William Schaap, and Lewis Wolf entitled Dirty Work 2, the CIA in Africa. She focuses mostly on the ties between Ghana and the Congo, roughly between 1957 and the coup in Accra in 1966, and the close relationship between early paramount leaders Kwame Nkrumah and the assassinated Prince Lumumba. However, she manages to cover other hotspots as well. The deep CIA penetration of Africa was evident in the agency's recruitment of Barack Obama Sr., a protege of Tom Mboya, an anti-communist, pro-capitalist Luo from Kenya, who had served as the African representative of the International Confederation of the Free Trade Unions, which received covert CIA funding through the AFLO-CIO. The U.S. was trying to groom Mboya as a replacement for Kenya's first Prime Minister, Jomo Kenyatta, who was perceived as more left-wing. Listen, I don't have to read no more.
Okay, why does he look like Raj from What's Happening Now?
Let me tell you why I don't have to read no more. Sarah, can you find it?
Let me see.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare?
All the world
The stage.
is a stage. And everybody that's born has their play to part. They have their entrances and their exits. Listen, somebody say, no, Zoe, that's not true at all. I am a test tube baby of Akhenaten in my buried voice. I don't understand. What I'm saying is, this is why I struggle to believe pretty much anything. I don't want anybody else's belief to infect. I have to write my beliefs. Because you don't know who the performer is, the actor is.
Well, this is from The Scoop. Independent news, though. I don't know if I should trust that. But it says the same thing.
Pretty crazy, right? So when I say, how did they find Barack Obama without a blemish on his record, a black man in America? I don't know. I'm just asking. His mama, part of the royal family.
Yeah.
So his mama's from Kansas, and part of the royal family. Just randomly, this African dude found a white Kansas lady that's part of the royal family.
Yeah, it's.
And I know it sounds conspiratorial, the conspiracy. I'm just.
It's quite a few people have reported this, though.
So what about that little girl? Find that little girl, sir.
What little girl?
That little girl who just so happened to prove that every president, except for one, are related. Except for one. Just one of them.
Who was the one? Who's the one?
I don't know who the one is, but if it's JFK, then you know what happened.
Okay. The remarkable discovery was made by 12-year-old Bridget Ann D'Auvernon of Salinas, California, who created a groundbreaking family tree that connected 42 of 43 U.S. presidents to one common and rather unexpected ancestor, King John of England.
They're all related to King John.
Yeah, and the one, with the exception of Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren.
And I don't even know who that is.
No, I remember. You come on, you don't remember your
Van
presidents?
Buren, yeah.
So they all related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, come on, Barack Obama went to school over there by Pasadena. Went to school in Eagle Rock, Occidental.
This is crazy.
So just nobody saw him, nobody connected with him, nobody. Listen, had to be groomed for his ascension.
Do you think this is what they're doing to Hakeem Jeffries right now?
Who?
Hakeem Jeffries.
Who's that?
He is the most powerful man. He's the first leader of the not of the House, but he's the minority leader of the House of Representatives.
Remember when Barack did that first speech?
Yep, and he just did one. He did the ABCs of America, of what we should be, versus what we are.
Narratives, replay them. Archetypes. Folks need stories.
Yeah.
That's how you motivate them. You motivate them with stories. You don't motivate them with freedom. You motivate them with comfort, familiarity. That which is familiar tends to be comfortable for a lot of people, even if it's toxic. This is what I know. All right, nigga.
I didn't know Barack was a junior.
I didn't know he was a junior either. Could the narrative of his dad went away? Could that have been a narrative that they was trying to push? Hey, he's going to become president one day. He can't have a daddy around.
But my thing is, too, is Donald Trump looking for birth certificates and stuff like that. Wouldn't he stumble upon that information of his dad being a CIA asset?
I don't know.
It just seemed weird.
This is why I try not to just put too much shit in my spirit.
The CIA ghost, who knows?
Naeem, what you talking about, a CIA ghost?
Like, just cut off all his records. He could have had records, and it's the CIA though. They could have easily put them somewhere. CIA has been known, FBI has been known for like erasing records, releasing documents, false documents. They did the same thing last year with UFO sightings.
Yeah, but at the same
What
time,
is my
they
son?
also have a...
Somebody get my son.
They, no, but they also have a record of creating shit on people, too.
Mm-hmm.
This is they don't even... I'm telling you, this is right from what's happening now. Daddy on here. That's what that looks like.
And I be having these conversations because I just want clarity. I explain it to me. I want to understand.
Make it make sense.
Please make it make sense for me. Listen, y'all, we got a lot of people in here, and not very many people have been supporting the channel. Can we get a full-on run to support the channel? I got one more topic to cover before we get out of here, but I just thought that was a very interesting topic, man. I thought that was very...
Interesting.
Things that make you go,
But also,
What? What happened?
for those who want to come to...
Oh! Sarah, tell them.
All right, guys. So this weekend we will be shooting 6 episodes of The Situation Shift with yours truly, Zoe Williams.
Day, man.
So on Saturday and Sunday, we have tapings. We have one at 12, one at 2, and one at 5. You can go on to...
1 at 12, 1 at 2, 1 at 5?
Uh-huh.
That's the schedule?
Yes. I'm sorry, I should tell
Yeah.
you that. We have some very awesome clinicians and comedians coming through. So if you would like to be a part of that, you see, that is not what I wanted to do.
The Situation Shift!
You can either email me, and I can send you the link to the...
We got a whole fly little link situation
Yeah, the
now
whole
where you can
situation.
register just with the link.
Yes. So you can go.
Hey, Nikki, thank you for becoming a cousin. She's a second cousin, Nikki Wheeler McCoy. Welcome.
Yes.
Hey, all my cousins in here, please welcome Nikki Wheeler McCoy. We got a second cousin who joined the channel. She's a member of the channel. Can everybody hit the super chat and show your love, because we're really about to get started. Sarah, continue.
Yes, well, you can email me with the email address that is on the screen. Oh, well, it just was on the screen, and there it is again.
Sarah dot without the H.
At yahoo.com.
I've been giving out the wrong damn email address.
Wow, that would, okay. But, and I will send you the link to go to go ahead and get your spot. Now, there is a place that you can actually go on to. It's called Ticket Leap. And on there, you can just go directly to the situation shift, and you can put your tickets in there. Well, request your tickets in there. You can come to 1, 2, all of the tapings. Doesn't matter, each day. And we're going to have some good times.
It's going to be dope as hell. I really love the way you guys pulled it together.
Thank you.
It's going to be really dope. And Sarah is a complete fool on set. So they got Sarah to do the warm up for the show. And Sarah be in there tripping. She be having people straight bugging. You know what I'm saying? She have games, and on the comedy side, people have a good time with Sarah. And then somebody fucked around and gave Sarah a blowhorn.
Oh, yeah.
Or a bullhorn.
The megaphone was amazing. I loved it. Oh, and Fred says they feed you too. Yes,
yeah.
we do feed you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pablito's Tacos that actually brought us Asian food. I don't understand what that was about, but we loved it.
Well, you come on, man. Come on, man. You know, to have people there, you know, we're on the TV set, you know, there's a couple of takes you have to do or whatever. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, you know, shit, you gotta feed the folk. And that's what we did. Fred says Sarah is a great hostess. She really is. She is naturally funny.
Oh, thank you.
If you want to come to the Situation Shift TV show shooting this weekend, Martin Luther King Day weekend.
Yes.
All right, the 14th and the 15th, 3 episodes every day. If you want to come, be a part of the audience. I want you there. Please email Sarah. Email her now, SARA dot without the H at yahoo.com.
Yes. And if you would like VIP, you can also Cash App me. No, there's no VIP. I'm joking.
Sarah.
But just email me so you can come and witness Zoe do his thing. It is you have seen him in radio, podcasting, stuff like that, but you've never seen Zoe like this. Like, it is a treat to watch, and yeah.
We be having a ball.
Oh, it's a complete ball.
Okay, can we talk about the funeral home selling body parts?
Oh, sweetie, hold on. Let me get to the story. Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
Haru.
All right, Haru.
Former funeral home owner sentenced to 20 years for selling body parts.
I'm sorry, can I time out for just a second, though?
Yes.
I'm sorry, and if you're a company out there, or you own a restaurant or anything like that, and you would like to come and you know, sponsor to give us a sampling of your food, we would love to do that too as well. So,
oh, you mean like craft services?
Yeah, if you want to, you know, so we can keep the budget low. We would love for you to come through, and we give you honest opinion and reviews. Go ahead, Zoe. Sorry.
Oh no, I love it. What this lady do, Sarah? Read her story.
Let me go read her story.
What the fuck is wrong with her?
1 second.
First off, she on the Peg Bundy side of the game.
Yes.
She looked crazy.
I'm going to the funeral home. Give me just one moment. All right, we over here.
Selling body parts? Who's buying body parts?
All right. A former Colorado funeral home director who dissected over 500 corpses and sold body parts without the consent of grieving relatives has been sentenced to 20 years in prison. Yes, their hairstyle is going to jail. Megan Hess, 46, and her mother dissected some 560 corpses between 2010 and 2018. Oh, they're retired. Okay. Selling body parts to medical training
retired.
selling
You got caught after you quit.
It's horrible.
What?
Selling body parts to medical training companies that didn't know they had been illegally obtained. Her mother,
Wow.
Shirley Cock, 69, was sentenced to 15 years in jail for helping chop up the bodies, the Colorado Department of Justice said on Tuesday. Hess operated a funeral home, Sunset Mesa, as well as body part business, Donor Services, from the same building in Montrose, Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and the pair would, they also have to pay upwards of $1,000 for cremation services that never took place.
So they was
the
robbing on
families.
both ends.
Yeah.
Man, white people be crazy. Well, black people too, because we been here long enough to pick up some shit and bring some of our own. Sarah, who's the 6-year-old shooter? What did he do?
On a 6-year-old shooter?
Read his story.
Okay. One moment coming up?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
And see, what I wanted to do today was get to all the stories that I didn't get to.
Last time. Okay, all right. I will. I'm pulling that up right now. I don't have the picture, but I do.
While you're getting
have the
that, let me
report.
say this. Download the KBLA Talk 1580 app. I return to KBLA, the voice of reason, tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Download the KBLA Talk 1580 app. The Coldest Relationship Show is back in the building. I tell you, we got LA on fire. I did a little a live over the weekend because I got some information about other talk stations gearing up to go at me.
What?
Yes. This is how powerful the voice of reason has become. See, a lot of people just look at YouTube and they don't understand YouTube can be manipulated. Not that any other platform can't, but a lot of you guys don't get your notifications. We got 72,000 subscribers, but only 600 people in here watching when we're accustomed to having 2,000 people in here. People have told me, they reach out to me personally and tell me I don't get notifications. Your videos are not being shared, the whole 9 yards. So we've been shadow banned for close to almost 3 years now. It's just what it is. If you remember the Zoe West show on Dash Radio 2019, we're at 27, 28, 3,000, people watching live. The mansions were even crazier. The mansions, 45, 5,000 people watching live. Those numbers have dwindled because of whatever content we put on here that is considered unsuitable for this platform. So this is real talk. So, but people will see your numbers go down on YouTube and say, oh, you fell off. But the reality of it is, YouTube is a powerful platform, but it's not like terrestrial radio. And terrestrial radio is dying.
Mm-hmm.
But terrestrial radio is still exceedingly powerful. So what's happening is the voice of reason on terrestrial radio, AM talk radio, has got the big boys shuffling. And this is a testament to what Tavis Smiley is doing with his platform. Only 2 radio station owners that are black in Los Angeles, Tavis Smiley and Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Those are the only 2 radio station owners in Los Angeles that are black. And Tavis brought me over there, and the voice of reason is acting a fool in the number 2. The number 2 media, it's Los Angeles. We're number 2. Number 1 is New York. Do you understand? The terrestrial radio, voice of reason, is acting a fool. These other stations, at the same time, too, from 7 to 9, from 7 to 10, they trying to keep up because I done flipped it inside out. So I want to say this to all the people. Man, thank you for supporting me during these crazy times. Thank you for supporting. Yes, Stevie Wonder owns a radio station in L.A. Thought he moved to Ghana. No, he's owned the radio station here for over 50 years. Kindness, joy, love, and happiness, KJLH. Stevie is always on his own channel. He's always over there. But it's real talk, man. Real talk. KBLA is on fire and got the city on fire. And the voice of reason is leading that charge. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I want to thank everybody for supporting, the shows. I want to thank y'all for showing up every day. The Yogi Fishes of the world, the Fred Dorseys, Tracy Brooks, Nzingas, True Mongers, Rob B's, Her Transform, Ghetto Gourmet. Man, there's so many of y'all in here. Huh?
Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy Brooks. There's so many of y'all in here right now that come over to the show later. He Who Thinks is over there. There's a lot of folks, man, that support my late night show, and I encourage everybody to do it. Lovelace, be in there, right? And I expect you guys to show up. Richard Harper, he's in there. I want y'all to show up tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Of course, Heru Ali is in there. Heru Ali is Ghetto Gourmet, but we appreciate all the love and all the support. The relationship shows we do at night be crazy. And tonight, I'm back, first time in 2023. It's going to be ridiculous. So don't forget, show up and support, guys. We need everybody to call in. The hotline number tonight is 1-800-920-1580. I'm going to put it in here for y'all. 1-800-920-1580. Call in tonight. Tonight's topic is going to be crazy, crazy, crazy fire. I need ladies, I'm urging you, please call in tonight. Ladies, in Zynga, get everything you got to get off your table. Cali Soul, you got to make it tonight. Yep, you got to make it. I don't care what you got to do, Cali Soul. There's no way you cannot make it. You're a woman. You're a Pisces. You're a magician. So I expect you to do some kind of magic to make it happen. You got to be there. Ladies, call in tonight. This is going to be amazing. First Voice of Reason of 2023, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Y'all show up big time. None but love. We appreciate Sarah. Listen, man. Sarah, put your Cash App up there.
Oh, wait.
Of course, I'm going to give Sarah something.
What is going on my screen?
Of course, I'm going to give Sarah something. I give her something for every show. Yeah. But I need y'all to support Sarah, man. She is grinding, and she is turning these projects into something, man. So make sure I catch the late. Exactly. Y'all better be there. Sarah. Yeah. $Sarah with Sarah. Sundays with Sarah. $Sundays with Sarah.
And it's Sarah without the H, because if you do it with the H,
you're giving money to somebody else. Yes, Sarah without the H, SARA. Please send Sarah $2-3 a pop. If everybody could do it, we'd appreciate it. It's been a little slow going this Monday for us as well, but that's okay. You guys showed up. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank you for, I'm in rehearsal tonight. You better send your spirit. You better send your shadow self to go rehearse Cali Soul. Cali Soul. If I don't hear from Cali Soul tonight, Cali Soul, I'm telling you right now, if I don't hear from Cali Soul tonight, I'm going to be pissed off. Brother Shaman Ra. Yo, Shaman Ra. Special shout out to Shaman Ra. Let me tell you right now, man, Shaman Ra, over the past few months, man, I don't know what you do, brother, but I want to say thank you for all the super chats. And man, Shaman Ra come in here and slap everybody in the head on their way home from Jones Beach, man. We appreciate all the support you have shown, brother. Thank you so much. I thank each and every one of y'all. I look forward to seeing y'all and talking to y'all tonight. We gonna be crazy tonight, all right? Love y'all. Zoe Williams, we out. Deuces.